Burping, it's the bodily function that walks a fine line between comic relief and social disaster. It's often met with polite embarrassment, an awkward "excuse me," or in some circles, a triumphant smirk and a rating out of 10. But whether you're a stealthy burper or a loud and proud air evacuator, one thing is clear. Burping is more than just a noisy interruption to dinner conversation. It's a highly effective pressure release valve built right into your digestive system. In fact, this humble, often frowned upon reflex may be saving you from the gassy, acidic discomforts that follow your favorite meals. Here's what's actually happening when you burp. As you eat or drink, especially if you're talking, chewing gum, sipping carbonated beverages, or inhaling your food like it's a competitive sport, you inevitably swallow air. This swallowed air makes its way into your stomach and builds up like an inflating balloon. Your stomach, while reasonably tolerant, is not thrilled about being pressurized like a soda can. So it sends a message: let it out. That signal travels to your esophagus, and up comes the burp, a rapid, voluntary or involuntary ejection of gas from your upper gastrointestinal tract. Far from being rude, this little release is a pressure regulation system. If that air isn't expelled, it can cause uncomfortable bloating, gurgling, tightness, or that awkward sensation that something's inflating inside you like a balloon animal. Even worse, the trapped air can push stomach contents, including acid, upward, leading to acid reflux or heartburn. So when your body decides to burp, it's not being antisocial, it's being strategic. And let's not forget those bubbly beverages. Soda, sparkling water, beer. All of them introduce not just flavor, but carbon dioxide gas straight into your digestive system. Burping is practically required when your drink choice comes with built-in fizz. Without a few strategic belches, your stomach becomes a carbonated chamber of doom, and you may find yourself wondering why your light lunch suddenly feels like a brick. What's more, burping can serve as a diagnostic tool of sorts. Doctors sometimes pay attention to belching patterns, especially in patients with suspected gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, or functional dyspepsia. Frequent or excessive burping may point to poor gastric motility or increased air swallowing, called aerophagia, while a total lack of burping can mean that gas is getting trapped or redirected lower into the digestive system, where, spoiler alert, it comes out the other end, often with a louder encore. Now, some folks try to suppress burps in the name of etiquette, especially in public settings or on awkward first dates. But here's the thing. Holding it in may increase internal pressure and, in some cases, worsen reflux symptoms. If your burp feels like it's building steam but has nowhere to go, you could be setting yourself up for some unpleasant post-meal regret. So yes, burp politely, but don't wage war against biology. A discreet burp now might save you from 45 minutes of gut gurgling and acid creep later. Of course, not all burping is created equal. Excessive, chronic burping can be a sign of underlying issues, like gastroparesis, ulcers, or food intolerances. But for most people, especially after a satisfying meal or fizzy drink, burping is a totally normal, even beneficial reflex. Think of it as your body's natural venting mechanism, a way to equalize pressure, keep the acid where it belongs, and ensure that your digestive tract doesn't have to bear the burden of a bloated air pocket. So the next time you burp, whether it's a polite puff or a resonant trumpet blast, don't be embarrassed. That sound is your stomach saying, that's better. It's not just relief, it's regulation. It's gastro self-care. It might not win you points at a formal dinner party, but your esophagus and diaphragm are giving you a standing ovation. In short, burping may be a social faux pas, but it's a gastrointestinal hero. It's not just noise, it's noise with purpose.